We are live. This is the CHRILLCAST Live. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will. Welcome.
I was going to say that. This is the first podcast post-2021. This is exciting with 0 viewers.
That's a good start. A strong start of the year.
Strong start. I'm surprised it's not even showing me because I am watching it.
It's our best viewer. I love when you get in the chat and talk to us.
Anyway, today we're going to be covering our favorite things of 2021 and also our least favorite things. But then again, we're going to move on to 2022, what we're looking forward to, and what we're not looking forward to. An NFT. Anyways. Hey, 2 viewers. I bet Will joined.
Yeah, I did.
Good
He's our
stuff.
other best viewer.
We're competing with Spawn Wave, so you can't expect people to actually watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless we had somebody like, Late Night Gaming or Chris Reagan on. Which account should I pretend to be and be in our chat? Just kidding. Oh, man. So, Will, what game from 2021 is your favorite game of 2021?
Like, did it have to come out in 2021?
I guess not. What was the game you played the most, and then what was your favorite game of 2021?
So the game I played the most, let me think, was probably, in all honesty, so I played Far Cry 3 for the first time this year, and that was a lot of fun. I'm still pretty new to the Far Cry formula, so it wasn't redundant to me, like doing all the towers and all the repetitive missions. So that's definitely what I played the most. But obviously, Halo Infinite is my favorite. I was just so nervous for what?
Honey Pop 2? I gotta look this up.
Yeah, I don't know what this is either.
I'm gonna turn the screen off just in case it's something I don't want to see. All right, keep going, Will.
Anyway, I was so nervous the game was gonna suck, and I mean, there's tons of issues with it. Like it's essentially an unfinished game, but the campaign was really good and it was really refreshing. That 343 actually got a decent Halo campaign out the door. So,
yeah, I mean, they did a good job. I'm not going to say it's my favorite game of 2022.
Yeah, we're playing Legendary. Oh my gosh, I'm going back on it right now. And it is like, it's kind of frustrating. It's really freaking hard.
Okay, I think this is probably safe to show, Will, just for Demi Pro's sake.
I like the little screen already.
This is what he's talking about, Honey Pop 2. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, it's super appropriate, especially the hand motion that she's doing right now.
It's safe to show on YouTube, but we're going to get off of it.
Gonna go ahead and download that. What system is that on?
Everything will. No. Actually, I can tell you. Let's see. It is on. Well, shoot, doesn't show. Hold on, let me read if I can figure out what system this is even on.
Don't look up the videos.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
The picture was safe. I don't know about the videos. Okay, let me see. Oh my goodness. Whew. I'm reading this. I'm reading this description, and no, we cannot look up any videos.
It's past prime time. It's no longer the family viewing hour.
Oh man, no. We literally will get booted off YouTube for what this gameplay says. I'm not gonna put it up. Apparently, this is a very adult game. All right. Anyways, moving on from that.
I still haven't answered my question. What's
clearing my search history now.
Yeah, really, you're just bookmarking that for later.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, so hopefully you're not streaming on Twitch. Thanks for the $2 donation to get us to look at Honey Pop 2. I'm gonna look up what the heck this even is later, but based on the description, I'm never playing
in the dark alone.
I'm never playing it based on the description I just read. No offense to anybody that likes it, but I will not be playing it. Anyways, moving on. Okay. Just for the record, my favorite game of 2021. Holy cow. It's not 2023 yet. Let me think. The game I played the most in 2021 was probably The Witcher 1.
Yeah.
I have like 300 hours logged in that game because I left it running a lot. But my favorite game of 2021 was probably Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Probably. I really enjoyed that game a lot. Shin Megami Tensei 5 would be a close second. just because it feels a little less polished than Metroid Dread was. It's a good game. It's one of the best games I've played, JRPG wise. But Metroid Dread was like far and above. Like I am playing all of the Metroid games now, based on Metroid Dread getting me back into it. Here we go. I mean, if Xbox wants more sales, there you go. Yeah, Xbox, you want to get Demicro to buy one? Get it in the Xbox ecosystem. Clearly, that would help you.
That's how they win over that region, apparently.
Apparently. Okay. So Halo Infinite is a very good game. I would not.
Have you started on a normal yet?
No, I'm not going to play on. I don't play on normal.
It's a completely different game.
I don't enjoy normal. Why would I play on normal?
First of all, you're judging that off of the Bungie games. Totally different beast. The game plays differently.
Am I blurry on your end, Will?
You're blurry. You're not blurry on YouTube though. Not super anyway.
Okay, because my version of YouTube shows me very blurry. I just want to make sure.
Anyway. It looks like a little blurry, but not bad. Not as bad as what I'm seeing on my screen.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna forward this link real quick to people that want to see it. So real quick.
But yeah, last year was the year of backlog games for me. I played a lot of my older games finally. So I did not keep up with the newer ones.
Yeah, this was the year of the backlog for me too. Look at me playing Metroid 1 and Metroid 2 to finish out the year, and I'm in Super Metroid.
Halo Infinite is the Breath of the Wild of Halo. Yeah, I would agree. It
basically is.
Very similar departure of gameplay styles. Yeah, I would agree.
I would not disagree with that statement whatsoever. I
would say Breath of the Wild did it better. As far as the departure, I think they did a better job there, where it was more polished.
Yeah, that's a fair point. What was your least favorite game you played in 2021?
That's tough. Most of the games I played were really good. None duds. I will say Biomutant was really freaking weird, and I don't think I would recommend it. Because honestly, it's because I think they had like 10 people on that team making it, and they wanted to make like the most epic game of all time. And they had 1,000 ideas that they didn't fully flesh out. So there's mechs in the game. There's like kind of like a environmentalist story, really interesting environments, but there's boss battles. There's like, you have to take over bases and trading posts, and it's just all kinds of craziness going on.
I almost bought that game.
There's guns and samurai swords. I'll let you borrow mine.
I mean, I will. We'll see.
For free, like if it was on Game Pass, I'd recommend it because it's goofy.
Gears team should make a third-person Halo game.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife actually commented that if Halo was third-person, she'd enjoy it a lot more. That's why she likes the Gears games more.
Or if I had a chainsaw.
Yeah, well, the chainsaw's freaking awesome.
That was like one of my favorite parts of Gears of War, honestly.
Oh yeah, well, I refuse to switch my weapons even if there's a better one because I want to chainsaw people.
Kind of like when I get the rocket launcher on Halo, I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. So far with Halo Infinite specifically, I think the combat loop is decent. I think it's a little too easy on Legendary.
What? You're so full of shit. You're like, after I was like, it's so hard. You're like, I'm
I have no trouble. Like, honestly, until you get to a boss, like an actual boss battle, there's like no challenge to Halo Infinite, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's certainly easier until you hit the bosses, but you're clearly not going after the high value targets.
Mm-hmm.
Which one have you done so far?
The invisible guy.
Oh, so the very first one?
Yeah, I beat him.
Did you attack him from the top, from the cliff?
No. I was inside his base and I beat him.
Oh no, that's not the high value. No, that's like inside the tower. Where you find the tortured?
No. The high value, his area, like his like general area, because he tried to sword me a bunch of times.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know.
I beat him problem. I beat him no problem. He was easy.
The first time I played the game, he killed himself. So.
What?
Yeah, and he ended up doing that again for me. Well, I died a bunch of times because he was like just kicking my ass. Actually, the funny thing is, he's not the one who's killing me. I was getting killed by these.
The jackals.
Yeah, the freaking jackals. And also, there's this one elite that was like super far away sniping me. It's like, how do you even see me?
I killed him. He was easy.
Yeah, I didn't come from that direction. So he kept ducking behind. And by the time I was able to get to him, he would get me.
Huh. I never had any issues like that. I had jackal snipers that I had to find because they'd hit you from half the map away, and you'd be like, "What the f is going on?"
Yeah, well, they did that like 3-shot now, so it's even insult to injury. So like in Halo 2, you get the 1 shot, and you're like, okay, but then that one, you're like, you get the first shot, and then the last 2 are like, and you're like, you have that split second, like, oh, I'm gonna make it, and then you don't.
And you're like, "Nah, this ain't working for me."
Super annoying.
Biomutant is like if Balan Wonderworld was okay and has good visuals. Why is there no Candy Crush times Halo game? That's a good question. I'm surprised that they never jumped on that one. Like you could have like grunt faces and brute faces.
You can have like plasma grenades that show up and like blow up an entire section.
That's a good idea too. Hey, as far as Halo goes though, like I think the controls are good. I think the gameplay loop is good. I like the ring most of the time. I don't like that there's like this invisible wall where you can't, like, I physically can jump across the chasm, but it blocks you from making it. And it's like, I don't want that. If this is Halo Infinite, I should be able to skip across the map if I want.
What are you talking about? We can't jump across the chasm.
There's a part where like you're like blocked off from not completing that tower yet. And I could physically jump across.
Do you not have the bridge across? I don't know.
Because I didn't put the bridge up yet.
Oh, I don't know.
You can physically make it. Trust me. I am literally there. And I can use the grappling hook and it cancels it.
Just go and then get the ship and then you can fly everywhere.
No, what I'm saying is, like, if this is really Halo Infinite, there should be no blockades to prevent me from progressing past where I should be.
Honestly, like, I have not run into, like, I found a couple random ones, but they haven't been very bad.
I have died too many times trying to grapple across the chasm. See? You understand. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to skip it just to see if I could. And every time I tried, it was like, nope, you're noped out of here. I had a harder time reaching for a drink in the back of the fridge than playing Infinite.
That's how Chris describes it, yes. Yeah, that's
seriously, like I honestly feel like Infinite has some of the best controls with some of the weakest gameplay I've seen in the series. Like weakest difficulty. Harsh words, man.
It's got
great controls with some of the worst difficulty.
I think that's funny because I have found it more difficult, but I can just bull run through the other ones, no problem.
5. I think it's way easier than 5.
Other than Halo 5, because that is the most frustrating freaking game ever. But that's mostly comes down to
Who's the hardest
squad mechanic. Because
Who's the hardest because of the Iron Skull effect.
Oh, because you go back.
But that's mostly with co-op. I would agree with this statement. Multiplayer for Halo Infinite is one of the best in the series.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So as far as Halo goes, I think 343 nailed a lot of it. I think they've just got a couple of kinks to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to see an Arbiter campaign added for no reason other than to bring Arby back.
Well, did you see the leaked mid-credit scenes? Mid-credit scene?
No.
Basically, they don't tell you who it is, but it's like they get a indicator when they're finding their ship. And you're like, oh, you're not gonna believe who it is. They don't tell you who it is.
so clearly, it is DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's coming. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for DLC too. I just wish it wasn't so blatant.
I honestly think that the game was fun enough to first playthrough that actually warrants like more gameplay that I'm actually happy to get. Whereas like Halo 5 was just like when I got to the end, I didn't want to play it again. I didn't care if there was more.
I played original Halo at 10 FPS on my school Chrome, but that's rough.
Nice.
Maybe with xCloud, you could have got 60.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Probably not.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things this year is the cloud mechanic on Xboxes. It's so cool.
Yeah. There we go. Now I'm not so bright. I was never bright to begin with.
Yeah, I was going to make the same joke, but I figured I'd let that one go.
All right. So 2021, my biggest disappointment, you said Biomutant. My biggest disappointment was probably Persona 5 Strikers.
Okay, explain.
Like, it's still a good game. It's not a bad game, but it's one of the only Persona games that I've picked up and said, this is fun, and then never played it. I'm just not into the Dynasty Warriors format. I didn't feel like the story was good enough in the beginning to keep my attention. I'm going to play it all the way through. But I've never felt like I need to really get back into this and play it. I know it's a good game. I know people like it. It's just not my taste.
You get that. Okay.
There's a lot of people that echo that same sentiment. It's like it's not truly a Persona game, but it's trying to implement Persona controls in a Dynasty Warriors format, and it doesn't work as well as it could have. Like you still get the spells and stuff from the Persona series. You still get the magic, the physical attacks, but it plays like it's a Dynasty Warriors game with all of these things on top of it.
I honestly don't like the Dynasty Warrior games. Anything that
I never
plays like
have.
it, yeah.
I never have. Like even a game like Bayonetta that plays like it is more entertaining to me than Dynasty Warriors or Persona 5 Strikers.
Okay.
It's just that game is so smooth, it's hard not to like it. Does that make sense? Like sometimes games are so buttery smooth in their implementation that it's like even if it's not your favorite genre, you still kind of like it. Does that make sense?
I actually have to amend my answer from earlier. So I forgot that I had played Dead Space 1 this year and also The Witcher 3. I finished it this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Halo Infinite is definitely my favorite new game, but my favorite game overall would be The Witcher 3.
Okay. That's fair.
Dead Space 1 was pretty good too, though. I really like the atmosphere.
I've never played that one all the way through. I don't know. I tried it, just like I tried Fear, and I never found myself finishing it.
I never liked Fear.
I never found myself quite getting through that one.
I played it on one of the easier modes, though, so I think that's probably why I didn't get frustrated at all in any of the moments.
That's good.
Yeah. It was like I've gotten into this new habit now. It's like, it's a new game. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just going to play like on an easier mode and just enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the story. And then if I really, really like it, like Halo, I go back and play it on the Legendary.
Yeah, that makes sense. The one I am playing again was what of your old games did you find yourself replaying again in 2021?
Ultimate Spider-Man. The Xbox. I replayed Munch's Odyssey. Spider-Man 2.
It's been a Spider-Man year for you, hasn't it?
It really has. I get a hankering every once in a while for it. You have a Spider-Man shirt on? Nice.
Kid Arachnid, but close enough.
I can barely see it, so. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it now. Cool.
Kid Arachnid. It is a Marvel franchise. It's not just knockoff Spider-Man.
It's a knockoff Spider-Man. Just be honest with you.
It does say Marvel. There it is, Marvel.
What other older games did I play this year? I know there are more. I mean, I replayed Fable again. I mean, obviously, you and I beat Fable 2.
I don't know how well we were paying attention to it, but
no. Well, I realized when we finished, we never shot a single gargoyle. Is because I never upgraded my character to be able to aim. So we missed a lot.
I know we did. It's all good.
Yeah, I know I'm missing other ones, but those are the ones
I did enjoy Fable 2 co-op. That was one of the first times I played that in quite a long time.
It's the first time I ever played it.
It was interesting camera placement for sure.
If we both had low health, that would have been so much more frustrating. Thankfully, you had like the full health, and also
I was playing with my like super high level character. Yep. Because starting over from scratch would not be all that fun, I don't think, at this point for either of us, really. Not in that format. I did replay most of Dead Rising. I played Dead Rising Case West. I have not actually finished it, but I'm closer to finishing it than I ever was before. I replayed Halo 5 on Legendary. I technically never finished it, but I did replay it.
Oh, yeah.
From the beginning.
I played the first 3, so Reach 1 and 2 as well.
I played Persona 4 Golden twice. I played Metroid Fusion again.
Yeah.
And I beasted through it this time. I was like killing it. And I decided I'm not going to play any more Metroid except for on Metroid Mondays. And that's it.
It's a good idea.
What was that?
Claire dropping candy.
She's died. She's fall over and die. She's like, call the police. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a bad joke. What's she laughing at me?
No.
She's laughing at you?
No. I'm laughing at you, and I'm just looking at what she's doing. She's about to play a video game, I think. So I'm excited.
Let me think. What was the other thing I was going to ask you? Games I was playing in 2021, 2022, whatever the year it is. KOTOR, played through that one again.
Also played BioShock 2.
Oh, yeah, I played BioShock. That's right.
I might have played both Bioshocks this year.
I certainly played one of the Bioshocks. Oh, I played through all of Pod Racer.
Yeah, I played Pod. I didn't beat it, but I did play it.
I finished it. I got everything unlocked.
I played Link's Awakening.
I also played Link's Awakening, but I played the original.
And I'm glad I didn't. I went back and looked at a playthrough of that one, and I would never have been able to find the exploding walls. There's no way.
They're not.
I was already having a hard
time.
I was having a hard time with the new visuals, and they're super highlighted.
I mean, it's like a crack formation in the wall. You can.
I know. I hate the fact that I can't turn my character around. So like having him look back at me is super annoying. I was like, I want to look at it. I want to orient that way.
Oh man. I think I just played. Fire Emblem. I played the original Fire Emblem on the Game Boy. The original North American Fire Emblem on the Game Boy.
I need to freaking beat that one.
You do. You should. I don't know why you're taking so long, but that's okay.
Wait, it takes me forever to get to these games, Chris. You know this. I always end up just playing Halo and Fable again. So
you're like, screw this. It's taking too long. Fable, Halo.
No, it's not that. It's just like I don't know. I really need to just focus on the newer games. I have so many games in my backlog still.
I don't think I played a lot more than that. I don't have a lot of time with 3 kids.
Yeah, you did a good job though.
Yeah, I completed quite a few. Probably my most looked forward to game going into the year was Halo Infinite. Second place, Shin Megami Tensei 5. I think both of those games were absolutely fantastic. Metroid Dread was a super awesome surprise I wasn't expecting. And like I said, that was probably my favorite game of 2021.
Yeah, that's my next one up on the Switch. Very excited about it.
I also played the Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze again.
Very cool.
So I played those ones. So
did you play it on the 3DS or did you play it
both?
Okay.
Both. I just like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
I will literally play any Donkey Kong Country game on any system I'm able to.
That's cool. Yeah, I like Donkey Kong too. I need to finish the original.
The original Donkey Kong Country?
Yep.
I think we should play DK64. Oh, it's not multiplayer. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't want a repeat of Alien Hominid.
All right. You buy it, you find out. You probably already have it, though, don't you?
No, I bought it specifically for that.
We both have it, don't we?
Yeah, and then you ended up buying the Fable Heroes, and that's what we played instead.
Yeah, it was fair. We both wasted money.
Yeah, exactly.
Did we play that this year or last year? We played last year. That was last year. 2020. We played in 2020.
Was it 2020? I don't remember.
We played it. Well, it was October of 2020.
Someone made the joke I saw on Twitter where it's like 2019 is like a 3-part series or whatever, or a trilogy. So it's like
yeah.
Basically.
Basically. What was I getting to? Oh, so for 2021, where would you rate the year on gaming on an A through F scale?
Trying to think. Oh, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna rate it pretty low. Maybe like a B-. There are some really good games. So like Metroid, I thought Halo was really good. You've told me that what's the game? Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh, that's good.
That was really good. I feel like there's something early in the year.
Oh, Forza Horizon 5.
Forza is great. I'm playing it right now.
Hitman 3 came out.
I don't care about that series.
Back 4 Blood, Returnal. Deathloop. Okay. I would love to play Deathloop, but I'm not going to unless I get a.
I've heard mixed reviews on Deathloop actually. Now that
I would probably like it. Mass Effect Legendary Edition was good, not great.
But Call of Duty was garbage, and so is Battlefield, super garbage. NFTs are starting to take over, so that's a problem.
That's something we're going to talk about on this podcast for sure.
Yeah, so
I have some serious thoughts on it, how NFTs could be good and how they're really bad right now.
I actually will give the year a B because now I think about it, there are some really good games this year.
I give it a solid B, maybe B plus on the high end, B on the low end. Just Halo Infinite made the whole year better.
And Psychonauts 2. I forgot about that. That was a really good game too.
We also got a re-release of Scott Pilgrim, so that was cool. I'm not really like me personally. I'm probably not going to play it very much, but
I understand its significance though.
Exactly, the fact that we have a digital-only game coming back, and there's a physical version of it on per limited run games, that was good. Let me think. There was another good one. I mean, Persona 5 Striker is good, not great. That's my personal opinion. Yakuza Like a Dragon, I've heard, is really good. That came out to the PS5 finally. I believe the Xbox One is a backwards compatible with the Series X, which makes sense because pretty much everything on the Xbox One is backwards compatible, except for the Kinect games.
No one cares, Chris.
Tales from the Borderlands came to the Switch. That was cool. Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh, yeah.
Came out.
I knew that. I forgot something.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater made it to next gen. It's on 1 and 2 on PS5, Xbox Series X.
I think people like that one.
Yeah, they did for sure. The Kingdom Hearts games, some of those made their way over to Windows and Switch. Star Wars Republic Commando, Nintendo Switch, PS4. Looking at all the games, I'm just going through seeing if anything sticks out to me here. New Pokemon Snap, which is cool. I'm not really a big fan of that game, but I'm glad to see an old series making a new debut. That wasn't this year the year they did the Jack Sparrow edition to Sea of Thieves.
Yo, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Sea of Thieves is just honestly a great game. I really need to play the game more often. I need to just go ahead and realize I'm going to play by myself.
Maybe we'll do that one on our next Let's Play.
Oh, we should do that, Chris. Oh my gosh, there's a campaign now. And I've been waiting for someone to play it with me.
We'll do it. I got to get better at the game.
Oh, okay. We both are going to suck. I haven't played in forever.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition made its debut after being announced in 2020.
Y'all even know it's a garbage game as of this year?
What's that?
Destiny 2.
Subnautica Below Zero came to Windows, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. And then the original Subnautica came to the Nintendo Switch, which honestly, it was pretty much a big feat that they managed to handle that. You know, I could show this screen while I'm doing this.
Yep, do it. Bring it up.
Okay, I'm keeping going through here. Uncharted 4 with the Power Up Kit HD version. Oh, Uncharted Waters. Uncharted 4. Like, what? Miitopia came back. Not sure anybody cared about that. Biomutant, obviously, we talked about
Maneater. You gotta love the ones.
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The fact that you get to play as a shark and eat people, that's cool. Earth Defense, nobody cares. That was a game. It was actually on the Wii U, I think. Or no, it was on. Yeah, I think it was on the Wii U. I know for sure it was on the Vita for some reason, or one version of that game was on the Vita, and it wasn't very good. Ghosts and Goblins made a comeback. Chivalry 2, because Chivalry's not dead. No, I'm just kidding. Phantasy Star Online 2 came back. That was an Xbox thing.
Yep.
It was a huge win for Xbox to bring that to North America. Although in Japan, apparently it's only on Windows, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. So,
that makes sense.
North America gets the exclusive Xbox version. The Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I'm not going to lie. Like, I have not been following Final Fantasy VII since they've updated it. Yeah. Ratchet & Clank looks like a solid game. Jedi Fallen Order, a great game, finally made its way to PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Oh, I was going to say that didn't come out this year. Okay.
No, it made its way over, though. It's a great game. And that's another thing I want to talk about because I think KOTOR is supposed to be debuting this year potentially, so we'll talk about that later. I'm less excited about it now, and I'll explain why. That's not because of anything else we've talked about prior.
Wait.
Doki Doki Literature Club came to everything. It was a PC exclusive. It's not what you think it is based on this artwork. It's if you haven't played it or know anything about it, you'll know. Do you want to know what it is? Yeah,
just like how Catherine doesn't have anything to do what it looks like it does.
Doki Doki is straight up a horror game. It pretends to be a cutesy visual novel game where you date a bunch of girls, but it actually gets pretty creepy, and it has nothing to do with anything you think it does based on that artwork. It's literally a horror thriller game by the end. Yeah, it's very different. They had to actually put a warning title on it because people thought it was like this cutesy, like visual novel dating simulator, and that is not what it is. Okay.
You get to date monsters that eat you.
No. It's really creepy, and it has nothing to do with that. It's like think about like Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube.
Okay.
Like levels of freaky where like it takes over your screen, it pretends like this.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want that.
Stuff like that. It's a beyond normal conventions kind of scary game. Okay. Plague Tale, I heard that's good. Trials of Mana on iOS and Droid for some reason.
Interesting.
I like how they say Droid when it's Android. Droid was like that weird
Motorola
it was a
Verizon
brand.
phone, wasn't it?
It was Verizon and Motorola paired up to make the Droid series.
I still remember those ads.
Yeah. Droid.
Oh yeah, I bought that.
Yep, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. I already had it on the Wii, so for me it was like whatever. Pokemon Unite. I'm never gonna play that game. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That is a great collection of games. I've actually never played the Ace Attorney games, but I would love to play them, and this is a great way to do it. Neo: The World Ends With You. That's actually a re-release of a DS game, I believe, or a sequel to a DS game. But The World Ends With You was a game that came out on the DS and maybe the Wii. Not for sure about that.
Okay.
But I've heard it's a great game. Age of Empires 3 finally got a definitive edition with bonus content in 2021. And that is my favorite Age of Empires game ever. It's a good game. Along with Age of Empires 2 getting a new expansion. I wonder if they were marketing for Age of Empires 4 by putting out, new DLC for the old game.
Maybe. That would be smart.
Godfall.
Or shot him in the foot because everyone's like, I'm just going to play this one.
Axiom
Godfall. Isn't that the... Wait a minute. Didn't that come out?
No, you're thinking of Greedfall.
Oh, maybe. No, isn't that...
Oh, yeah, you're right. 2020. You're right, 2020. It came to the PS4 in 2021.
Okay.
So it was already on the PS5. It eventually made its way over to the PS4.
Okay, that makes sense.
Axiom Verge 2. This is a hype game. It is not. So Axiom Verge 1 is great because it's like Super Metroid on steroids on modern platforms. Axiom Verge 2 takes that genre and turns it on its heels. And it's like, let's just be something different. And it's like more of a stealth mixed with Metroid game where you're not trying to necessarily fight anything. You're just trying to make it through the world and do the things you need to do. And so it's kind of a different kind of Metroidvania. And I'm really excited to play it because it's so different from the original. It's still connected canonically to the story of the first Axiom Verge. This game is so different, and I'm excited about that. Definitely, I'm going to play it as soon as I get my physical version next year, or this year, I should say, sometime.
Cool.
Hades, did you play that one?
No, it's on the Game Pass. I might, but I don't know. I don't like top-down games for the most part. I don't know.
Best game of 2021, Paw Patrol the movie. No.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going. 12 minutes. Isn't that one you said I should play?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
It must be. It's on Game Pass.
Isn't any reason why I should play it since you're so gung-ho about it?
Yeah, because you like time games.
Okay.
So the whole idea is you have 12 minutes to solve a mystery.
Ghost of Tsushima.
It's like what's the Zelda that you have to do that in?
Majora's Mask.
There you go.
Is it that long though, or is it more shorter? Okay,
it's much shorter.
There's an Aliens game that I didn't know came out.
Oh yeah, what is this game? Is this an actual game?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a phone game, and then I realized it.
Let's find out.
I'm very confused.
Third-person shooter developed by Cold Iron Studio in collaboration with Disney's 20th Century Games. Oh, well, Disney's involved, so no thank you.
Well, Disney owns Fox now.
It is a standalone sequel to the original Alien trilogy. In contrast to Alien Isolation, Fireteam Elite is more in line with Aliens Colonial Marine. Oh, there's the problem. It's more like Aliens Colonial Marines. No, thank you.
Well, it's going to be like Aliens 2 and not Aliens 1. Well, Alien,
No More Heroes 3, that's a popular franchise. I've never played it, but I've heard it's good. Bravely Default, highly looking forward to that game. I released on the Nintendo Switch earlier this year, and then also PC. That's good news. The Medium. That was on something else before.
Life is Strange True Colors. That's a good series.
Where is it? Did I pass it already? Oh, there it is.
No.
Yep. Life is Strange. There's been 3 of those games or 2?
I don't remember. I get kind of confused which one's a sequel and which one's just like a...
I've heard good things about this one, but I've never played it. Lost in Random. Tales of Arise. A lot of people like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Long fans of the series of our channel.
This new one is supposed to be pretty good. Have you played it by any chance?
No, I've never played it. I've never been into the Tales games that much, to be honest with you.
Okay. WarioWare?
WarioWare. I'm going to get this game. I love the WarioWare games. I love all the Wario games, whether it's a brawler on the GameCube or, Wario Land or WarioWare. All the Wario games have been good.
I almost got that for you, but then I ended up winning the bet on the bet on Zelda. So.
Deathloop.
Yep.
You guys know what I think about Deathloop? I don't know anything about this, but I've seen the name before, so who knows?
I think it's on the Game Pass.
Deltarune Chapter 2. That's the game series made by the same person who made Undertale.
There's a lot of games.
Yeah, a lot more than I remember. Castlevania Advance Collection. They brought the Game Boy Advance Collection of Castlevania to the modern platforms and also PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Windows. So on top of PS5 and Xbox Series X, which they would be backwards compatible with, it's always compatible on that too. Death Stranding Director's Cut, the game nobody asked for. If you want to be a mailman with a baby on your backpack, then there you go.
I'm still going to play that game at some point.
I probably will play it. I'm just not as...
I like Norman Reedus, and the game looks so weird. I just have to play it. I don't care.
Dragon Ball Z, always a, eternally great franchise.
Are these games any good? I'm always so interested because I used to like Dragon Ball when I was a kid.
Fighter Z was good.
Okay.
That was good. I like the Budokai games, and Fighter Z feels like a Budokai game. Lost Judgment, supposedly a good game. I think it's the same team that makes Yakuza.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. Neo, The World Ends With You. So that's the original one, I think. No, it's the sequel. Never mind. That's the same one we looked at earlier. Outer Wilds.
Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Exactly. That's the right one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Apparently that's actually not bad.
I have heard the same thing. Alan Wake Remastered. I will probably play that. I've heard good things and bad things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell Let Loose. I've heard good things about that too, but it looks like it might be a next-gen only game. I'm not sure. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Clearly the best game of 2021.
Nope.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I've heard good things about that one. Far Cry 6, or rather the Halo before Halo. No, I'm just kidding.
No, apparently this one sucks.
I have heard the same thing, which sucks because I like the voice actors for it.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he's barely in it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. They put him on the cover because of his, popular name.
Yeah, because he's awesome.
Metroid Dread. One of the best games, especially in the Metroid series. But one of the best games I've played in a long time. Start to finish, fantastic.
I'm excited.
Back for Blood. Kind of disappointed in that one. I was hoping for a little less meta and stuff, and a little more getting into the action without having to worry about your loadout and worrying about.
It's an online game. I'm just not there. I'll never be there.
It seems a little too modern when we were expecting like straight up Left 4 Dead, the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that really
it shoots like Call of Duty, and I miss the old jank. Yeah.
I miss the jank. That's funny. Moving on. Crisis Remastered Trilogy.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I have considered getting it on the Switch.
Demon Slayer. I heard decent things about that game. It kind of looks odd. Caligula Effect 2. The original Caligula Effect was a good game. It's very much like Persona, because it's made by the original Persona makers, actually, the people that made Persona back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good game series. It's on the Vita. There you go. Excuse me, because mostly it's talking about the Caligula Effect 1. That's funny. But they're finally released the sequel after many years later. We're talking 2016 till now, so about 5 years later, they finally released the second one. Dying Light Platinum Edition. Toy Soldiers HD. A Dark Pictures Anthology. I don't actually know much about this, but I've heard that name before, and I'm not sure what the significance of it is.
It's like the Man of Medan. And,
okay.
There's another one that I can't think of.
My Friend Peppa Pig, always the
great. Just keep going.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I've heard good things about this game. In fact, I've heard great things about
Lots
this
of
game.
good reviews. That's going to be one I buy in like 3 years in the bargain bin.
Age of Empires 4. Okay, so people can't get enough of this game, apparently. I personally was turned away by the fact that it feels a little too involved for Age of Empires in regards to preparation. I like picking a civilization and then going at it. That's what I like personally.
Okay. I haven't played it yet. I'm worried that I'll get super sucked into it, so I'm waiting.
I don't think it's as good as 3. I think we waited a long time for a game that's good, not great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new studio and everything, right? So I mean, they got to get their footing. So maybe the next one will be where they.
I don't like, just to be fair, like when I look at how long it took 343 to hit their stride, I'm like, I don't want to wait that long for a good Age of Empires game. They'll cancel the series by then.
Yeah, maybe.
I heard Fatal Frame's great too, by the way. I think this is a new version of the one that, it was on the Wii U originally. The Mario Party Superstars. I heard great things about this. This is essentially a re-release of a lot of old maps, a lot of old mini games. So good stuff. Keep going.
Vanguard was crap.
Was it? Where is it?
Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh, Call of Duty Vanguard. I thought you said something else. Forza Horizon 5.
Awesome. Oh, Jurassic World is good too.
This one?
Yep.
It's good?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a really good building sim.
I might have to check that one out. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim Anniversary Edition. They're going to release it.
Well, every year has one, so who cares?
Do you want to talk about a train wreck?
This is crap.
Oh, man. Talk about a train wreck. It got ripped off They got ripped off the Steam store for a while. That's insane to me. Knights of the Republic finally made its way onto the Nintendo Switch. Super excited about that. A perennial great game. I'm glad they're finally releasing it on other platforms this many years later. Shin Megami Tensei 5. The JRPG basically nobody was waiting for until it came out, and then it hit like really great sales. All the people that were waiting for it bought it day one. I got the crazy big edition. Will's got a copy of it, through no fault of his own.
Exactly. I got Chris.
It was kind of a sleeper hit, honestly. Like a lot of people bought it, not like thinking of Persona and buying this game. It's not the same thing, but I think a lot of people were kind of blown away by what it was able to do on the Switch. One of the few Unreal Engine 4 games to run on the Switch. So it's pretty impressive that they pulled that off.
You should click on the Sherlock Holmes game. I'm curious if that's any good.
Say what? Oh, Sherlock Holmes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see anything before that. I'll click on that one. All right. Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. Developed by Frogwares. We're off to a good start here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Chapter 1, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS with versions for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 to follow later. The plot follows 21-year-old. Oops. What are you looking for?
Nothing. I was just kind of curious, like if well received and stuff.
Oh. Self-published.
Yeah, they do self-publish. Frogware actually has a really interesting story. You should look it up.
Well, we'll do it right now. Ukrainian video game development studio headquartered in Kiev, right? Is that how you pronounce that?
Yep.
With subsidiary offices in Dublin. Studio and its subsidiaries develop adventure games for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, as well as PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Wii, and I'm assuming not anymore.
No, not anymore, I don't think.
Created the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes series, which sold around 7 million copies. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. They did a really good job, but then they did the Sinking City thing, and they got sued or something, and the publisher screwed them out of all the sales, so they ended up taking it back and not selling it. And yeah, it's a crazy story. So you should. I don't know if they'll say it in this little history blurb, but
what game did you say they got in trouble for? Sinking City.
Sinking City, yeah.
Why? Because of BioShock?
No, it had something to do with the publisher. It had nothing to do with it being similar to anything else. That's
so strange. So maybe I'll do a video on that someday.
You should. It's really interesting. I don't.
Are there a lot of other videos about it?
There's a video about it. That's how I learned about it.
Okay. I don't want to copy whoever that was, but we'll get back to it. Frogwares. Maybe more to come on that one. We'll see. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Heard great things about that game. One of my friends says it's one of the most realistic flight simulator games ever. So there's that. Re-release of 2 old Pokemon games, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Good for
I
you.
almost got those, but then I was like, but this looks like Pokemon Go.
It looks like it, but it plays like Pokemon, like traditional.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I'm having a hard time. I hate the Pokemon Go models.
Danganronpa got a new game on the Nintendo Switch, which was more of a visual novel. Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker expansion finally came out.
Mm-hmm. There's a game called GTFO. It's actually really popular on Steam.
I must have missed that one here.
There it is. Yep.
12 minutes, released right before Halo Infinite on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch. GTFO on the 9th of November, the day after Halo Infinite. Whoa. Pray for the Gods came out? I never got my code.
Yeah, I did. And I was wondering if you knew about that. It was like 3 weeks ago.
I did not. I haven't had to look in my emails. I never got my code. I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Get at me, No Matter Studios. We got to figure this one out. I'm a little annoyed now. All right, let's keep going. Alfred,
the gunk is supposed to be pretty good.
Okay, so yeah, it just came out. I got to look this up. I got to find my dang code. What the heck? Okay. Now that I'm angry about this, I'll be downloading that later to play later. And will finally get his copy for next year's birthday if it's any good.
Okay, sounds good.
Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo. Alien Isolation came to iOS and Android, which is a weird re-release. Why wouldn't you put that on consoles?
It is on consoles.
Right. But why wouldn't you re-release it on consoles if you're going to re-release it on iOS and Android?
Because it's already backwards compatible. So I don't think... I mean, I can play it on my Xbox Series X right now.
Oh, okay. Alien Isolation. Oh, we just did that. Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated for Windows. I actually didn't know that got a Windows release. That's different.
Five Nights at Freddy's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah? Is it?
The new one, yeah. I mean, I played through the first one.
Did you really?
Not for me. It's too much of a jump scare game.
I'm surprised you even gave that a shot. And then I have heard Free Guy was a pretty decent movie. Guy wakes up, finds out that he's actually not in real life. He's in a video game. That's why things keep happening the same way every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ryan Reynolds is the main character. So
what's Werewolves Within?
2021 comedy horror film.
No idea.
Me either. Nor do
What
I recognize.
game is that based off of? Never heard of it.
Werewolves Within apparently is the same game name. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. I actually didn't know there was a new Resident Evil movie that came out.
It's apparently terrible.
I'm not surprised. There's a lot of bad movies that came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's the recap of 2021.
Good stuff. All right, for 2022, what I'm looking forward to.
More Halo Infinite.
More Halo Infinite, and actually freaking co-op.
Right?
There's a lot of times where I'm like, goodness, I would like to have a co-op, like a partner with me, because like this is awful.
Right?
Let's see. Obviously, Breath of the Wild 2. Pretty bummed about that. I'm not looking forward to that. Nope.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hope it comes out so we can finally see what the heck happened.
Yeah, I would like to know what it is. I don't think it's gonna come out.
I've seen some gameplay. They have like a working console. Like people were able to go play it.
That doesn't mean anything, I guess.
I think it'll legitimately come out in 2022. I'm just curious what state it will be in.
Okay. Well,
Steam Deck.
You're definitely hopeful.
Very, very excited for the Steam Deck. It's one of my main attractions of 2022. Okay. I really want to get my hands on that because I love handhelds. Love the idea of playing most of my Steam library portably and not having to rely on my computer so much.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't really appeal to me because I don't ever play Steam games.
Oh yeah, God of War coming to Windows next week.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna end up buying these games. The thing is, I'm trying to hold off because like maybe I'll get a PlayStation at some point.
Right. The Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. So I think that's all the Uncharted games coming to PS5. That's cool, but I don't have a PS5, so who cares? Horizon Forbidden West. Don't really care.
It looks beautiful though.
It looks good, but I hate the gameplay of that series so much.
You said you already sold it, right? Or do you still have that game?
I think I got it for free from PS Plus and then sold my physical copy.
You bastard.
Elden Ring. That looks cool.
That's a very hyped up game, but I don't know.
It looks cool.
I don't like the blood game, so. Or the Souls
Babylon's
games, I guess is what I
Fall
meant to say.
looked pretty decent. It was
Okay.
a Platinum Games game, so you know it's going to be decent.
Mm-hmm.
Triangle Strategy. I tried this one. I think there's too much going on here. It does not feel like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, and I think that's what they were trying to appeal to.
Okay.
And it just feels like they did, like, there's too many clicks to get to one move. So unless they iron that out, I have no hype for this game.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting because most of us that are in the persona, like, you know, in the know, expect that with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, there'll be a Persona 4 Golden port.
You missed one. Tunic looks good.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's going to be like a Zelda game. If
Like
if
a
this
Zelda
is the one
game?
if I'm thinking of the right game.
Yeah, like it's Legend of Zelda. You're right.
Yep. Yeah, I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax most likely. Alongside of it, there'll be Persona 4 Golden ported to the Nintendo Switch and PS4. They already had a leak on the website that was included, and they subsequently pulled that leak down.
Yeah. Oh, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That looks good.
Oh man, who's this by?
It's almost Borderlands, but with magic.
It almost looks like a cartoony Scalebound.
Yeah, it's Borderlands. It's literally the same art style.
Well, I'm saying like with the dragon and the person riding it, kind of feels like a cartoony Scalebound.
It's 2K or whoever does Borderlands.
Gearbox software.
Gearbox, there you go. The almost owners of Halo, by the way. Microsoft almost sold them Halo.
Right, I remember that now. We talked about this before, didn't we?
Yep.
Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, really looking forward to that. Guess what, Will? You can finally get a taste of 13 Sentinels.
I know it's one of your favorite games, right?
That was my game of 2020. We did the best games, 1996 2020. That is my favorite game of 2020. It's not very long. It's relatively easy to get through. The combat is really fun, and the story is really well done. It has all the things you like, Will. Sci-fi, corny jokes from B-rated sci-fi movies.
Oh my gosh. You really got me pegged there, Chris.
It's got a tower defense kind of style of gameplay, like your overview, like almost like if you mix tower defense with like a RPG and Age of Empires a little bit. It's very different from anything I've ever played, especially produced by Vanillaware and published by Atlas. It's not something I was expecting. Like the combat there is something I would love to see in other games.
Yeah.
Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. I almost want to play this just because I think it's going to be really bad.
Stalker's very popular, so be careful. Yeah.
Well, anytime they talk about going into Chernobyl, I'm just like, again.
Dude, there's going to be mutants. That's what happens.
It does not happen at all.
They're going to have mutant gophers. They kill people now, okay?
Okay, sure, for sure. Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, interesting. Don't recognize these ones. Some kind of Saints Row game coming to the. Is it the remake?
Is it a remake?
I think it's the remake of the original.
I didn't realize they were doing that.
Yeah,
it's a reboot.
Reboot or remake. Yep.
It says reboot in the thing. Yeah.
I thought this said Shin Megami. It's Shinigami. Starfield. That's going to be an exciting game.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Kingdoms of the Dump.
I know. I saw that too.
Okay. Then there's AI, the Somnium Files. There's a new Somnium Files AI game. I like AI Somnium Files. I would not say it's one of my favorites, but it's the same makers that made the Zero Escape series, which is one of my favorite PS Vita games, actually. And also it's on the PS4 and Windows and the 3DS and the DS. It's on a lot of consoles, mostly handhelds. But this one is on the Switch, and the new one's coming to Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Although I noticed there's no PS5, so that's interesting. Another Alfred Hitchcock. I read that as Sherlock Holmes. My goodness, my brain is not working. All right, and there's a whole bunch of games here listed. We're not going to go through all these, but I mean, it's shaping up to be a decent.
Did you see Legend of Zelda? Is that one announced yet? Oh, Gotham Knights. I'm very excited about that one.
Breath of the Wild 2 you're talking about?
Yep.
I did not see it. It was not in the list of releases, so it's probably here somewhere.
Oh, I think I might have saw it for a second. Yep, there it is. Untitled Legend of the Breath.
Yeah, it does not have a title.
I thought it was coming out in March.
Maybe they originally said that, but it says unknown, so they clearly don't know.
I'm interested in the Lord of the Rings Golem because it's like, how the hell do you make a game out of that?
That's supposedly like you're kind of creeping around Middle Earth.
It seems so stupid.
Can I slow you down? No. Daedalic Entertainment makes great Telltale style games. If that tells you anything.
Oh, so that it can be like that. All right. I can see that. It's going to be a hard sell coming off of the Shadow series, though.
So Daedalic Entertainment, they did a game that I really liked actually a while back. Let me see if I can find it. Ken Follett, The Pillars of the Earth. They did that one. That is basically a Telltale style game.
Okay.
So I would expect this to be kind of like that. And a lot of these games, based on their titles, seem like they probably are more like Telltale style games. They're fun. They actually have multiple endings. They managed to take a book that had one singular ending and add a bunch of endings to it and make it fun. Like there's a priest in the game that you could actually accidentally get killed. There's a lot of mistakes you can make, and the end of the story changes significantly. I'm like, whoa, that's interesting. I never would have thought that the story would have changed like that if this one thing didn't happen. And they did a good job kind of encapsulating all the choices you could have made during the book. So
cool.
They did a good job. But that's what I expect for a Daedalic release. Okay, Mario and Rabbids, the new one's coming out. Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's anything else that sticks out to me. Panzer Dragoon 2 remake. I heard Panzer Dragoon's good, but the first remake was not great, so who knows?
Redfall, that's the new Arcane Studios game.
Which made what, Batman?
No, it's Bethesda. So it's one of the...
Oh, that's right. They did Deathloop, right?
They did it, actually, yes.
Yeah, that's who it was. Okay. Ruby. A lot of people like Ruby. It's based on an anime. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 coming to PS4 and Xbox One. That's the Frogwares game.
Yep. Sonic Frontiers seems interesting.
What?
It's Breath of the Wild with Sonic.
Yeah, I kind of grasped at that. Splatoon 3 is coming out.
I don't care.
System Shock.
Oh.
That finally making its way out. Night Dive Studios.
Is it a remake?
Yeah, it's the remake.
That's exciting.
You knew this was coming out. They've been talking about it forever.
Oh, maybe I did. I'm just not forgetting. But either way,
it was supposed to have come out for a while now, I think.
This is cool.
That's what BioShock was based on, right?
Ooh, a TMNT game.
I was like Temtem?
No.
The one below it. Shredder's Revenge.
What's the Tomb Raider Reloaded? What is that? Oh,
iOS and Android. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself too excited.
Yep.
Warhammer 40K. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition? Oh, for the new consoles. Oh, yeah, you'll probably like that.
Yeah, I'll get it for free, hopefully.
Hopefully. And then there's an Uncharted movie coming out, a Sonic the Hedgehog movie 2 coming out, and then supposedly
the Mario movie. Oh my gosh.
With Chris Pratt. That's how you know it's good.
I do like the guy they have for Luigi. I think he's going to do a good job.
I hope so. All right, that's it. That's 2022. All right, let's talk about NFTs. Let's get our CHRILLCLIPS video going here.
NFTs is bullshit. And the thing is, it's like the Can I say what? Can we just explain what NFT is?
Explain
what it is first, yeah.
Okay, let me get to that real quick. Google. I'm gonna look up the definition so I can state it exactly and then explain what I know about it. Okay, NFT. No, I don't want the marketplace. I want the definition. There it is, Wikipedia. Non-fungible token is a unique and non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain, a form of digital ledger. So essentially, it's a key or essentially a series of data that says this is a unique identity and you can own that unique identity, and the unique identity is stored on the blockchain. So like anytime somebody were to purchase it or sell it, it would go through the blockchain and basically have traceability that the new owner is buyer, the old owner is seller. So it's like a piece of data that says you own this thing on the internet. It's the only way that Facebook can make the metaverse work in a way that they can make
It's
money.
the dumbest. I hate this so much.
So can I just start with, there's a way I think NFTs are a good thing. We'll start with the good. The good thing about NFTs is basically what Intellivision's plan is. It's something that I think makes sense. They're basically making each of the games you own digitally an NFT, which means that the game itself can be sold and rebought. So it's like having a used marketplace for digital games.
Okay.
That, I think, is a great idea, and I wish GameStop would lean heavily into that.
Well, they're actually making NFTs. Did you see that article?
Yeah, but that's not what they're doing.
Okay.
They're creating a marketplace for publishers to have like, this special sword is an NFT and you can buy and sell it across the game to your friends and family. And it's like, no.
So it's like the skins in CSGO.
Yes, but you can sell them after you buy them.
Well, can't you do that as well in that?
I don't play CSGO. You have to inform me.
Oh, it's a huge marketplace. They sell weapons and skins to each other, and I know
it's like that. It's like a more secure version of that because like blockchain has proof of ownership, certificate of authenticity. So whoever owns it owns it. It's like the difference between like renting when you buy a digital game and owning when you buy a digital game. The different pieces you buy. So like when I buy something from Fortnite, a skin or whatever, you own it. But if you have the NFT version of that, you literally own it. It's like we're no longer renting the game pieces.
I think it's okay if you are. I like it for a digital game. The concept of if you buy a digital game, you can sell it to your buddy or something for whatever. That's super weird to think about because why wouldn't they just go buy it digitally as well? But and also it's not used anymore. So like, why would you decrease the value anyway? So,
well, think about something like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, right? So if you have a limited release and then people own that digitally and they can resell it, right?
For higher then, because you're the only one.
Or even just the same price.
Yeah, but that's not how it would work.
I'm just saying, or like the Mario game. If Nintendo sold that as an NFT, imagine that, right?
Yeah, well, then they're probably only going to sell limited, and then you're going to get screwed if you don't buy it fast enough. Because it's like their limited Mario All-Stars or whatever.
I just see if you use an NFT in that way, it almost promotes game preservation a little bit.
I can see that being better.
Because it's transferable. Whereas most digital games, when you buy them, you cannot, under any circumstances, share them or sell them.
Mm-hmm. You can share games on Xbox, by the way.
You can, yes. It's not the same as like saying, here is my physical license for the game. You can borrow it or buy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
I do think that every time the industry does something good and starts to move in the right direction, it's just F's up again and does something worse.
I think NFTs are a good idea with the right implementation.
It's a new loot box. That's all this is.
The publishers are taking it in a direction that is only going to hurt.
Well, of course, their only interest is to screw over the customer and get more money for them. So if you think that this is a good idea for the customer, you're wrong. That's not how it is. There's going to be a couple people that might make a lot of money on this, but everyone else is going to get screwed.
And honestly, when it comes to NFTs, I just see it as a way to market unique items on like these season passes or like, these limited, we'll have like 10,000 NFT'd versions of this sword. Be the first 10,000 to get it, and then the publisher will make money on the original sales. They'll provide the technology to resell it, and they'll make money on the resales. Yep. And they'll make money on the later sales.
Yeah, because they'll provide a marketplace for you, and then they'll take a cut of whatever you sell it for.
Which is what GameStop's trying to get into. They want to be the middleman on all these transactions.
Yep. Which is what they are now.
And basically, it would work, but there's no reason to have brick and mortar stores at that point. That's what I like about GameStop's brick and mortar stores.
I hate the fact they don't have 360 games anymore or Wii U games.
I know. I'm so angry about that. So, yeah, I think NFTs are good and bad. I think the way that the publishers want to use them is bad. I think the way that Intellivision originally laid out was good.
Yeah.
Because basically they have, and I like it the best implementation because they have a physical version of the NFT that you can hold in your hand. It might not, I mean, yeah, it's a cheap card, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At least you have something that signifies you own that NFT physically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can take that card to my friend's house, swipe it on their Intellivision if it works the right way it's supposed to. And then boom, that game is on that system. And I've moved my license for the day. So that's neat. And I think having a physical marketplace for physical NFTs is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think GameStop stays in business if you can buy and resell digital games. They could buy all the copies, whatever.
What if games just became cards like that, all of them, and like you're just going in like and buying a Pokemon card?
I mean, we're headed that way anyways. I think NFTs make the most sense for that. You know, having an NFT or access to an NFT based on the physical copy of the card you have.
And imagine you'll like buy like a variety pack and get like a bunch of games at once.
I would like to see them put the NFTs on like, you know, custom flash drives. Because how cool would it be? You had like a Halo Infinite Master Chief helmet flash drive.
It would be kind of cool. I'd rather just have the case and the disc and the Xbox, but
no. I know that. I'm just saying, like, imagine they get rid of all that and now you're stuck with what they have, right? I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't think it'd be the worst thing ever. Or like a custom Link sword USB. See, I said a long time ago, and this was what I said. It'd be cool if you had non-rewritable flash drives with games, and you could just dock all of those different games on a giant like USB hub of a console. That way you don't need any internal storage. You could have up to like, I don't know, 10 games docked at a time. If you want to switch out a game, pull one out, put another one in. I always thought that was the future when I was like, I don't know, 12. Have a whole bunch of custom USBs with their specific games on them.
Yeah, very cool.
So, yeah, NFTs, I don't like them overall.
Nope.
I think they're a marketing ploy, easy way for these companies make money.
Yep, as is everything. So it's if you ever think that these big companies actually care about you, you are, you know, I have something to sell you.
Do you think that E3 will happen this year?
Oh, it's digital, right?
It has not technically been announced yet.
I thought it was all digital.
No, like apparently they jumped the gun.
No, okay. Yeah, I guess
Conway just talked about that earlier today. He said, yeah, it could still be physically happening, but supposedly they already canceled the venue, but that doesn't mean that they aren't doing a different venue. And they already put to bed the rumors that they've already decided.
Oh, okay.
So potentially it'll be physically, you know, a thing. Potentially not. We don't know.
I don't know why it really exists anymore. I mean, maybe if they can come up with some kind of really cool marketing ploy and a reason for it to be there, then I mean, it was really fun in past years. So,
well, I agree. I wish that they would do more with it at this point.
Yep.
I'm sure there could be new things they could do with it, and they haven't. But did you say what you're most looking forward to in 2022? I can't remember.
Yes, I'm most looking forward to Breath of the Wild 2 and more Halo Infinite DLC.
I'm looking forward to the slew of Persona announcements, and if they release a good Breath of the Wild 2 that's more like Majora's Mask, I will be willing to try again.
More of Breath of the Wild.
Did you finish it like done, or?
I mean, I put in like 80 hours in that game, Chris. That's good. That's done enough.
That's a lot for you. I'm looking forward to what Halo Infinite brings to the table, and I'm looking forward to all the Persona announcements, probably culminating with Persona 6. Or a Persona 3 remake. That's also a possibility. Which I would welcome that as well, because Persona 3 is awesome, and a remake could fix all of the various things people don't like about Persona 3. But that doesn't mean Atlas won't screw that up anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, KOTOR, the remake. They're talking about changing the combat loop on that.
Oh, to like more actiony?
Like, picture Jedi Fallen Order.
So I'm okay with this. I understand why purists would not be, because that completely destroys the combat loop.
So I would say that I would be okay with it if they went Mass Effect style.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what they're planning to do, but the KOTOR engine was designed with the idea that Mass Effect would be the ultimate solution of that engine. Like, that's what they wanted, but they were limited by the engine they used.
Okay.
They went with the like tactical, strategic style, almost turn-based combat, because that was what the engine was able to do.
Yeah, I know the first time I played it, it was very confusing to me because
It's a bit jarring.
I keep hitting like the buttons. Why is nothing happening? And then all of a sudden it'll happen all at once. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
So I really think that's why they're making that decision, because Star Wars appeals to a mainstream audience.
Yep.
KOTOR has its own niche fan base, and they would want to broaden the horizon, the reach of KOTOR.
Well, that'd be a quick way of doing it. Keep everything else the same, but like make it real time.
Well, because the thing I value the most about KOTOR is an unchanged story. I want the story to be the same. I don't want them to change that. Like maybe add some things, fine, whatever, but don't change it because the reveal at the end is so good. Maybe make it even more mysterious, because I kind of guessed what the reveal was going to be early on in the game, and it was not a surprise when it happened. Not even a little bit. But I definitely don't want to see a combat-heavy game different from what we had to begin with. Like, I want it to kind of follow the same story, have the same kind of battles, and I'd hate it if it turned into like God of War.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, I want like much simpler than God of War, like Mass Effect.
I mean, give me like simple combat, like Fable or something.
A Fable would be another good idea. You know, shoot, melee, and magic. You know, force, lightsaber, and blaster. That would work.
Yeah,
that might be a little too simple for KOTOR, but
yeah, maybe.
I just meant like it doesn't have to be weapons options, and like the Mass Effect weapon wheel and magic or power wheel and everything else. That would work good with it, because, like I said, KOTOR was originally designed with that in mind. Like the natural evolution of the KOTOR engine was what game did I give you again?
Mass Effect.
No.
God of War.
No, it was on the Xbox. It was the
Jedi Fallen Order.
I didn't give you that.
Oh, what did you give me?
Yeah, it's a BioWare game.
Jade Empire.
Jade Empire. That was the natural evolution they were going for.
So you're talking about in this conversation.
No, if they went the route of like Jade Empire to Mass Effect, then you would wind up with a game like what BioWare wanted to make. And I don't think that really messes up the game. And if that's what they're going for, great. If they want it to be combat heavy, I just don't have an answer for that one.
Sorry, I'm not tired. I'm yawning because my ear has been plugged for like this entire week. So I keep trying to pop it.
My TMJ is acting up like crazy. And so like the side of my face is like, don't close your mouth.
Oh, no.
Stress does that to me. I get some hardcore stress. And
you should put a guard in. I
have a guard. That's a different story. The guard doesn't work at all, and it's no fault of my own.
Okay.
Long story short, though, I'm looking forward to 2022. I'd like to see a return of normalcy of the gaming industry. Less remote work, or even if they do remote work, maybe they're used to it by now. And let's just get gaming back to normal.
I like it.
What console do you think will sell the best in 2022?
Probably a Switch, but that's because they somehow have them. I mean, both the PlayStation and the Xboxes would be selling so much better right now if they could actually get them in stock.
You know what's funny about that, though, is despite the fact that they have had low stock and the chip shortage, they've sold more PS5s and Xbox Series X's than were sold of the PS4 and Xbox One at this time.
Yeah, I don't understand that statistic. I think it's just maybe because there is no extra stock because the freaking scalpers keep buying them all. So like anytime there's anything, that it just gets bought immediately. So maybe that's how that's happening. I don't know.
So there's that. I might, if they do a nice trade up program for the OLED, maybe I would get one of those for the Switch. I like the bigger screen. I don't know if I like it enough to buy one.
No, I don't want it. I would consider a Switch 2, but I don't know.
They got the Switch 2 coming out this year, the Steam Deck.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
I definitely am looking forward to trying that out.
It would be really cool if I played Steam games, but I don't. So,
well, it's gonna make me want more Steam games for sure.
That's the problem. It's like I already have too many consoles. Like spreading my games out too.
I am tired of playing games on my PC. I I was remote playing a lot of my Witcher playthrough on my phone and my Apple TV upstairs, where I didn't have to be down here at my computer. Getting that across the board on a handheld is like, that's perfect for me. Yeah. All right. So I do want to, let me see real quick. No, okay, I don't have an answer. Okay. I do want to say that next week, most likely, we'll be introducing our third co-host.
Sweet.
That will probably be on it going forward with Will and I. And while I take a quick break, you might be the stable co-host with Will for a while.
Sorry, everybody.
I think he'll do a great job, though. He was actually on our podcast all the way back on like the early episodes where we talked about the greatest idea we ever had, Back to the Future 4.
Oh, why are we bringing him back?
But I think he'll fit well with the podcast. And we miss Billy, but Billy's really busy with his own thing. So we wish him the best of luck with Tales of Initiative. And it seems like they're doing pretty well. They've already hit 130 some odd subscribers, it looks like.
Yeah.
And they're having fun on Twitch, and they're doing really well on Twitch, actually. Billy was telling me about some behind the scenes stuff, and it sounds like more success is on the way.
Good.
So that's good. Where do we see our podcast going in 2022, Will?
What do you say again?
Where do you see our podcast going in 2022?
Where do you see the podcast going? I see that we're going to be playing some Sea of Thieves, and we're going to have, more than 4 people watching at a time.
We will. So we'll have some
because that's actually a pretty relevant game still. So
that is true. We might actually get some people watching. We kind of nailed it with Fable by the end.
And I think it's just going to continue to grow. We're going to have some new guests that are really exciting.
Yes. We're actually going to have a set of brothers that are involved with the process of death, we'll say, to discuss
death of mushrooms. And they actually are
death
Italian. They like to go down pipes. They're plumbers by trade.
No. Anyways, we're going to be talking to them about death in video games and how it impacts us versus death in real life. That'll be a fun podcast, I think. Probably either next week or later in January. And that's definitely something to look forward to. It's be a very unique podcast compared to what we've done in the past. And you can definitely look forward to Roanoke and WoW Such Gaming coming back. I'm sure that they will. Now that WoW has kind of done everything he wants to do in Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
And Roanoke just keeps chugging along with his viruses and his SCPs. So
there's always new ones.
Maybe we'll get Hidden Xperia back on sometime soon. Installation 00. Chris Raygun said he's down for another one sometime this year.
Cool.
Should be some fun stuff, and we'll definitely fill in some new guests. I hope some of you guys checked out the C and Me Maria marine biologist interview. That was fun. I had some of my friends even like, you had a marine biologist on your podcast.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun. So maybe we'll do some more IRL stuff like that. And if you guys like that, then maybe we'll branch out from video games a bit. I know Will likes to talk about things that aren't video games.
I do. Occasionally.
Science and all that good stuff. Definitely going to have Spencer from SMTN back on. And I think Gnarly said he's down to come back. That'll be fun. And if there's anybody you guys would like us to have on, definitely comment below and let us know if you've made it this far into our podcast, hour and 20 minutes of Will and I blabbering on. Check it out and let us know what you think down below. We're going to try and get more audience engagement. If you pay us enough, you can come on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. No, that's not what's required.
No. It was a joke. I mean, if you did say, donate and said,
you can pay us to come on.
You're more than welcome to say, here's a couple bucks. I want to be on your podcast. And we would welcome you. But you don't have to. There's zero cost.
No, you have to buy some NFTs.
We're going to start selling CHRILLCAST NFTs. Under the sea.
I think it's a good place to end.
CHRILLCAST NFT.
No, we're done. Nope.
Down where it's better.
Nope.
Down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
That was dirty. Okay.
No. That's the Little Mermaid song.
I know
I probably just got us copyrighted from Disney. That's a good place to stop. And in the morning, well, I'm making some waffles. Oh man, it's pretty cool to see how far we come. Well, so appreciate you always being on here. And once we make it big, well, you'll get paid, and we'll have research projects for you.
I'll see you in 20 years, Chris.
Anyways, we appreciate anybody watching, and if you are watching, thank you.
Yep.
And Will and I are going to sign out here. Is there anything else you want to talk about for 2022, Will?
I'm hoping it's better than last year.
Fair enough. I mean, we don't want to have 2020 the trilogy.
Nope.
As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
and we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.